So this is one of the Kalighat painting where it depicts a Babu. Babu means the elite class and the servants. One of the very notable artists is Jamini Roy, very renowned artist, and his artwork is available all over the world in respectable museums. Like I just said before, they used to paint Babus with having very putting oil in their head and very polished clothes and with the
Dhoti and kurta
tiki
maybe.
kurta. Yeah, you've seen those paintings, right? So that kind of Britishers were coming and going out of India. So this time period was very crucial. So there were a lot of changes happening in the society. So these patwas were very also made paintings having Britishers as a character. So their paintings kept changing. Kalighat artists, they had little different ideology, and Jamini Roy had a different ideology. Kalighat paintings, you will see that the women are very voluptuous and sexually attractive, and
Namaste and welcome to another episode of Indian Shelf Podcast. Today we are diving deep into the vibrant lanes of 19th century Bengal art form, which captured spirit, satire, and soul of its time. Kalighat painting. Welcome to the show, Kshitij.
thank you.
Can we just deep dive into the history of Kalighat painting?
Kalighat painting originated in Kolkata near Kalighat Temple. So it originated in 18 to 19th century. There were patuas who used to make paintings on scrolls, on cloth scrolls, and they used to these paintings were basically based on mythology or folk. They used to travel to different places and they were like entertainers. They used to roll down the scrolls and they used to sing and recite the whole story. It was quite unusual and entertainment at that point of time. But then they found a place near Kalighat where they got settled and they started rather painting on a square shaped frames like paper or cloth, which people can take back home. So from entertainer they turned into a artists and they started selling their work near the temple. That's how it got originated in Calcutta near Kalighat Temple.
Okay, so talking about mythologies, what was the theme that they used to paint on?
So there were multiple themes that these patwas used to work on. Like very initially, they started with mythology and folk arts. But sooner or later, like it started in 18th and 19th century, this time period was very crucial for India. ये वही time था जब Britishers were coming and going out of India. So this time period was very crucial. So there were a lot of changes happening in the society. So these patwas were they were like observing people. They were observing everything happening around them. So beside painting about mythology and folk, they started painting about the society also. Like they started painting elite people. A lot of paintings you will see are depicted on animals. They are depicted on goddesses, deities. Obviously, Kali Mata, जहाँ पे से वो originate हुआ है. But then there are a lot of paintings which are being pointed towards like these elite men and women in their in satirical form, I would say rather. But like for example, I have seen a painting where a woman is sitting on a bed and there is a dog with a human face. So that's depicting how a lady is controlling a man. So it's quite unusual to see that kind of a satire in that time, at that point of time. And with the coming of the Britishers, these people were so observant. They also made paintings having Britishers as a character. So their paintings kept changing with the society.
Okay.
So that's what the theme is basically. It kept changing.
So what was the painting method?
Very initially, they used to paint on cloth with very natural pigments. Natural pigments as in अपराजिता के फूल हो गए, इंडिगो हो गया, सूट हो गया. ये जितने भी कलर्स होते थे ये सारे हार्ड होते थे, like in a powder form. So they used to mix them with जो आपका बेल का जो वो होता है, एक उसमें से जब बेल को तोड़ते हैं, there's a transparent liquid. उससे mix करके they used to bond it and they used to form a liquid form to paint. Then they used to use tamarind का जो होता है आपका liquid, tamarind seeds का जो आप तोड़ते हैं उसमें से निकलता है एक wood sap होता है. So all these bonding agents were used to basically make those powdered color into a liquid form. Then all of them were like water based, so they used to dilute it with water and used to paint on the cloth. Brushes ke liye they used to work with like wood and the feathers and this hair of animals and all.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how they used to work before. But later on they realized if they have to be more commercially viable, they can't keep doing that because उसमें टाइम ज़्यादा खराब हो रहा है. अभी मार्केट में तो देयर सो मच अवेलेबल एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट 18th century end and 19th century beginning. At that point of time, paper was available in the market. They started using paper. Even the colors were available in the market at that point of time. उन लोगों ने कलर्स भी बहुत जल्दी यूज करने शुरू कर दिए. So they started working with watercolors, brushes, and paper. So instead of working on those long scrolls, they came to that small papers like जो अभी आज की डेट में हम इनको बोलते हैं A3 sheets and all those kind of sheets they started working on. And that gave them a commercial value. People could easily carry them. They came to temple, they took a souvenir with them. So it was like commercially and economically viable.
Okay. So was it truly indigenous या फिर western का भी कुछ touch था?
Like I said, 18th century and 19th century saw a lot of changes in our Indian society.
Exactly.
उस टाइम पे Britishers आ रहे थे. They basically turned from merchant to monarchs in India, and society was changing very rapidly. Same was happening in Kolkata also. People were following these traditions. People were westernizing a bit also. These patwas, they were like the rural people over there, and these babus and over there, they were elite people. So they used to paint a lot satire paintings on them. They used to like they are like I just said before. They used to paint babus with having very putting oil in their head and very polished clothes and with the
Dhoti and kurta maybe.
Kurta. Yeah, you've seen those paintings, right? So that kind of art they used to make at that point of time. So yes, there were. I would say they were inspired. Like I said, they were observant. So they were inspired by British and whatever was happening around them at that point of time.
Okay, but how is it different from other art forms?
You will see the Kalighat paintings. There is a very distinctive thing about them. The paintings are very vibrant in colors. They have very bold outlines, and the backgrounds are very neat. I mean, there is not much in the background. So the whole focus is on the central characters. I mean, when you will observe the Kalighat paintings, you will not be able to make out at what point the artist touched the canvas and at what point he withdrew his brush from the paper.
Okay.
So it's that detail, it's that fineness, I would say, they used to work with on the paper and the colors. इनका जब आप पेपर में देखेंगे, like for example this particular painting, if you will see how the colors have been applied. They used to make look at the boundaries, look at the shading that they have done. So this shading part also is very interesting thing to talk about. Like these patwas, when they were settling around Kalighat Temple, so these were not just the artists. Like all the rural people, when they saw this opportunity, like see over there, people are able to sell their artworks. So there were a lot of pottery makers. There were a lot of other people who could make an art or work with an art. They started collaborating. They started working and they started making money out of this art. They started making this money. They started making these kind of paintings and selling them. So you will see कि उनका भी जो एक फॉर्म होता है, एक उनका जैसे एक पॉटरी होता है, पॉटरी इज लिटिल राउंडेड एंड ऑल, दैट काइंड ऑफ थिंग आल्सो यू विल ऑब्जर्व इन Kalighat paintings.
Okay.
So in this painting, like you can see, the shading is so always you will see that in the boundary area थोड़ा dark होता है, and with the dash of the brush they make it they make the shading lighter in the center to
Right.
give it an effect of 3D.
Blending technique is
Blending
amazing.
technique is amazing.
Hmm.
Yes.
So सेल्फ टॉट होते थे पटवाज या फिर ट्रेडिशनली प्रोफेशनली आर्टिस्ट होते थे?
So this is like a generational work. What I have observed is a painting could be a work of not just one person, rather a family of four or five. Like
Mhm.
for example, one person is just making the outlines, the other person is coloring the background,
Mhm.
the third person is coloring the figures, and probably the fourth person is just giving the final touch to the painting.
Okay, so it's a combined
Yeah,
family activity sort
and
of a
it's
thing.
very interesting to know initially, very initially, there people, you will see very few paintings are signed
Mhm.
by the artists. It
Mhm.
was after the emergence of the Western people, Britishers, when they came to India, you will see that people started signing their paintings as well.
It
So
is
there
not
are,
signed as well.
yeah, it is not signed as well.
Mm.
So a lot of artists, they don't sign their paintings at that point of time. But with the emergence of these Britishers and Western people,
Mhm.
people started getting this, that they can, commercialize their name, their artwork, they
Their
can sell
skill.
on that, they can scale up,
Hmm.
absolutely. So that was the time when people started signing these paintings. There's so many notable Kalighat artists
Mhm.
in Kolkata who are recognized worldwide.
Can you name a few?
One of the very notable artists is Jamini Roy, a
Mhm.
very renowned artist, and his artwork is available all over the world
Mhm.
in respectable museums.
Mhm.
He was quite inspired by Kalighat paintings. His artwork reflect the uh, Kalighat aspects, Kalighat characters, but in a very distinctive manner.
Mhm.
Like for example, the Kalighat artists, they had little different ideology, and Jamini Roy had a different ideology.
Mhm.
Kalighat paintings, you will see that the women are very voluptuous and sexually attractive and more of a satire. Whereas in Jamini Roy paintings, the women were like a central character shown as a mother, as friends, and then there were a lot of paintings on animals and obviously mythology.
Mhm.
Also, in this your Kalighat people, they always had this characters where they were not engaging with the viewer. The eyes were not looking at the viewers,
They're
even though,
self-involved,
yeah,
sort of.
even though beautiful, but they were not engaging with the viewers.
Mhm.
Whereas the Jamini Roy, he had a different ideology. He wanted to connect with the viewers. All his paintings, you will see the eyes are very expressive. The eyes
Mhm.
are looking directly into the viewer's eyes.
Mhm.
He wanted to connect with the viewers. That
Mhm.
was his ideology.
Okay. But I've never seen so many Kalighat paintings around. What is the reason of this decline?
Basically, I would say commercial angle, because during 18th and 19th century, even though the people were painting on paper,
Mhm.
and there were a lot of buyers also, but later on, there were a lot of printing press
Mhm.
came into existence. So they were printing those paintings and they were selling them in masses.
Mhm.
So that killed the business, and all
Okay.
these patwas, they started looking for alternatives. So that's why the art was declining.
Mhm.
Though in the modern times, like people find these paintings very attractive and they suit all kind of home decor. So people are opting for them. So people have, I mean, you will see that now there are a lot of new artists have come up who are painting in Kalighat style. So with the emergence of new home decor ideas and all, this painting style is picking up.
Mhm.
But at that point of time, the reason was only those printing and all, because of which it got declined.
Talking about decor ideas, क्या आप कुछ suggest कर सकते हो?
So, like these Kalighat paintings gel up with all kind of decors. You can put
Mhm.
them in a contemporary art form,
Modern
contemporary.
homes में इसको लगा सकते हैं?
You can put them in modern home. You can
Okay.
put them in traditional homes. You can
Mhm.
put them in contemporary homes. They fit anywhere. I mean, it's just that you have to pick a wall. You have to place them around to fit, because there's so many subjects
Mhm.
nowadays. People are working on. Like I said, even at that point of time, people were not just working on mythology, but people were working on subjects which are around them.
Mhm.
And nowadays, these Kalighat paintings have the artists have so many other options, and they have become rather more observant. So the paintings, I mean, I have seen paintings of auto rickshaws and scooters and buses and on political satires. So many artworks I have seen of Kalighat style by new artists. So it gels up with all kind of decors.
Amazing. So, how to support these real artists?
So the only way to support these artists is to buy these paintings directly from the artists or from some notable galleries and online stores where there's a fair price policy, where the artist has been paid all his dues in a fair amount. So that's how you can support the artist also and the artwork also.
Okay. Okay, so I have a few Kalighat paintings with me. Let's show them to our viewers.
Yes, absolutely. So this is one of the paintings where you can see goddess Lakshmi standing on lotus and with a veena in her hand. You can see how outlines are so bold and the colors have been shaded so well in the painting, and you can see the background is very clear. There is not much interference
Even
with the
nothing
background.
is on the background.
So this
It's
is
just
how so this is how the Kalighat artist used to make, because it helps them to make it commercially viable also. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So there's another painting of Lord Krishna, one of Lord Krishna's Leela. You can see the eyes are so expressive. Like I said before, Kalighat paintings में जो eyes होती हैं, they are self-engaged. They are not looking at the viewers normally, but very expressive. Another painting. This is of Kartike. This is the peacock and Kartike. You can see this. The figures are very simple. They're very simple, but still there is an essence of something very elegant in them. Just the eyes are very expressive, and with the absence of the background, the whole focus goes on the central characters.
Exactly.
Then this is like it's Durga. Durga, Mahishasur Mardini is a very favorite subject in Kolkata. So it's one of those subjects where there is a lion and the goddess. So this is one of the favorite subjects of Kolkata people, and this is this festival जो इनका होता है it is
Bengalis
बंगाल में ये बहुत बड़े पैमाने पे मनाया जाता है वहाँ पर. Lakshmi sitting on a lotus. This is again Vishnu in one of avatars. This is Ram and Hanuman. Very simplistic art, but very centrally themed. I mean, the character is the central. So this is one of the Kalighat painting where it depicts a Babu. Babu means the elite class and the servants. So this was one of their favorite topics for a satire, which Kalighat people used to make. Babu and Bibis.
Okay, let's move on to the fun segment of this podcast. My first question to you is, अगर कालीघाट paintings के characters फिलहाल होते, तो उनका profession क्या होता?
I think the Babus probably some bank agents or bank adhikari people, and the girls, since they are the central characters and very powerful, all working women, I would say, all working women nowadays could be portrayed as a Kalighat character.
Girl boss vibe maybe.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
अगर कालीघाट पेंटिंग आज के टाइम पे एक इंस्टा रील होती तो उसका बैकग्राउंड म्यूजिक क्या होता?
See, I can connect one music very well with it. I don't know if you remember it. It's like ting 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 ting. Okay, that's
got it.
But yeah,
Got it.
I love that music, and it really gels up with the concept of Kalighat.
Okay, so this was fun, and this is it for today's podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much, Ritesh.
Thank you.
Thank you.